So, welcome. Today is the first day of the mandated self isolation, and it felt like a good time to reach out and connect with people. A few of us in San Francisco met up to talk about coronavirus and how that's affecting us psychologically, and obviously also the physical nature of the virus. And I thought I'd share a few things that stuck with me. The first is that the coronavirus, the virus itself, given what we know, and obviously we don't know enough, but given what we know, what's interesting is that coronavirus, although deadly, is also a teaching. And part of that teaching is interconnectedness, or Thich Nhat Hanh's interbeing. And what I mean by that is that we have all these arbitrary lines that we draw between countries, between states, and the virus seems thoroughly unaffected, mostly, by these arbitrary lines. And it's almost getting at the true relative reality, which is that we are all connected, even though we usually posit that as an absolute. And notice how we're connected to that single person in Wuhan, if that's where it did in fact start. That single person could have likely never expected that it would spread all around the world and touch so many people. And it shows just how connected we are, and also the fragility, or how vulnerable we are because we are so connected. And even as we introduce new practices of closing borders, there still is a spillover, because the world is not black and white. You cannot just close the border and then nothing happens. Instead, there will still be cases. So we talked about how it is a lesson in being interconnected, and sometimes the downside of being so interconnected. But it also is a kind of wake-up call to show that we are actually all in unity. That as much as we think China is different from America, and America is different from Italy, and Italy is different than Canada, and Africa is different than India, it shows that the lines that we've drawn are far too thick for reality to really fit within them. So I thought that was a great lesson. The second thing that I thought was really interesting was how many people are rising to protect and do the right thing, or what they feel to be the right thing, given the amount of misinformation. We are still trying to slow the virus and give the scientists time to develop a vaccine or some sort of interim solution. And then the third thing is that now that we are bound to four walls, likely what that means for a lot of us is we're going to have to spend a lot of time with ourselves. And that's not always the most comfortable situation, we often are putting ourselves in situations where we don't have to be with this mind, with this body fully. And of course, even when we're in a small or large, for some people, four walls, we can still distract ourselves from being with ourselves. So it seems like it's a good time to take this opportunity to turn inwards and come to our awareness. What does it feel like to be inside for more than we usually are? Is there a feeling of, is there boredom? And what is that feeling of boredom or aloneness or feeling restricted or constrained? Or maybe you're thinking about all the possibilities of what you could be doing, and there may be some tension there. But whatever you're working with, I think this is a great opportunity for us to work with ourselves and learn to be with this self. Not in a fragmented way where we like the working part of ourselves and all we need is work, and we don't really like the chores and the wondering what to do part of ourselves. Not in a fragment way, but can we actually accept all that we are as what is? And it's not to say that we are permanently like X, Y, or Z. It's saying that if we can just observe ourselves arise with this witness consciousness, while also being who we are at this relative level, we may be able to open ourselves up to remove some blockage by simply looking deeply. And so a few of us are going to run meditations every day from 9 to 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, and you can join those. Those will likely be by Zoom. They will also be uploaded to YouTube. And also, every now and then we'll release some video talking about the way we're feeling and maybe something we learned from a conversation we had. So it'd be nice if we can not only just meditate, but then talk about how we're doing after the meditation. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all. I'm called Christian Fan Lee, and I'm looking forward to seeing you, and try to spend maybe the rest of your day and the morning just slightly aware of what's going on with you.